Yeah.
Speaking of getting offended with God, is it fair for people to get offended when God doesn't answer their prayer, or maybe answer in the way that they want, or maybe answer in the time frame that they want? Because I've heard a lot of people who shook up their fists at God and say, okay,
Yeah.
I've been praying for a long time, this is just not happening. And so is it fair for me to get offended at that? Because let's say I went expecting a miracle at your church, and
I think
somebody
that
calls
happens
me
to a
up
lot
for-
of people.
Somebody
I
prays
think
for
people
me.
get offended at God a lot.
Somebody prays for me, and then I think, okay, this is going to happen, and it just doesn't happen that way. Do I have the right to not say, okay, I'm not attending that church because the God they serving, or perhaps just didn't answer the prayers the way that I want to?
But you have a right to be
Yeah.
offended at God. Am I saying? Am I right
yes,
in saying it?
You have a right.
But
Because
it's how you deal with
yes,
the
God
offense.
is not
or-
offended.
No, he won't.
By me
so-
offended, yeah.
So we
it'll
make
be there.
it. Yeah. Okay.
So God is not offended. Whatever I do,
Okay.
what you have to really say, is it helpful
Okay.
to be
Yes.
offended by God, or
Yeah.
is it helpful to be angry, as you said, Mac, to God because of a lack of maybe an expectation wasn't met?
Yeah.
But it's not helpful, because we don't draw closer to God through offense. But if you had to say, is God more offended about that than
Yeah.
he would about anything else? Not at all. God's not insecure, because one of the root
So you
things
can't
about-
really offend God.
God.
No.
no,
So
because can I just say
offense
this?
doesn't come-
Because offense is breeding ground, and offense is insecurity.
Yeah.
sure.
So I said pride, and I said a lack of forgiveness, or unforgiveness rather.
Yeah.
But it really is an insecurity in my life, because what I'm saying is, I somehow feel that I've been done in,
Yeah.
and that's a way that I'm trying to get an attention. And God wants to give his attention to me, but I don't have to come with insecurity.
yeah. No.
So basically, it's like another way of throwing temper tantrum at God, but he doesn't get offended that I'm throwing a
No.
temper tantrum.
But it's not helpful to us.
Yes.